embodiment and the law of assumption. It's essentially like an identity that you're taking on. So let's use money because this is a great one. Let's say you've struggled with money, you tend to carry debt, that's your old story. Money's hard or inconsistent or there's never enough. And you're now choosing to be wealthy. You're like, I want to be wealthy, I want to be affluent, and I want to be debt free. And I want to be financially set for life, and I want multiple streams of passive income, and I want to never worry about money again. Like, that's a whole identity shift, right? So one way to do that is to, excuse me guys, let me turn this off. One way to do that is to just start telling the new story. And anytime you get a bill in the mail, or you look and your credit score is not where you want it to be, or whatever, or your bank balance is not exciting, instead of reaffirming, being like, oh my God, I'm so broke, or oh my God, money's so hard, or why can't I manifest money? You're like, no, it's okay. I've already assumed the identity. I've chosen to be rich now. I'm now wealthy and abundant. My 3D reality is just catching up. Stay loyal to that new identity. And I promise things some way, somehow will shift for you. You'll be amazed. Sometimes it happens in a very logical unfolding. Sometimes it happens in big, crazy ways. Like, you never know. Like, you can quantum leap onto a new timeline. Like, I've done it in areas of my life. I've done it where it was like, everything looked like it was going to shit. Things in my life looked like they were falling apart. And I was like looking more and more impossible. And I was like, yeah, well, I'm choosing to still believe, because like, what else can I do at this point? And like, sure enough, something always comes through, right? Like, so you can do that, but you can also just choose what you want and then be like, you know what? I'm certain it's mine. You can acknowledge that it's not here yet. Like it's here, it's within you, but like, there is a point in time usually where it looks like it's not there on the outside, which is why you decided you want a thing in the first place. It's just kind of like, if you place an order on Amazon, for sure you're going to get it. It's not here in this moment, but it's underway, it's on the way. So you can also affirm that, like, it's already on the way. It's on the way. I don't have to worry about it. It's being handled. I know for sure it's happening, and I know for sure this is going to happen for me. And that can release a lot of resistance. Essentially, however you view it, you want to be in a non-resistant state. If you're like, I want this thing that I don't have and I can't figure it out and it's not here and blah, 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 that's a very resistant state. It's tense, it's tight. When you are like, oh no, wait, I don't need to. I already have it. I'm already that. I've already chosen. I know for sure it's happening. It's on the way. The answer's always yes. And I've decided, and it's on the way, and it's working out for me, and I don't have to figure it out. I don't have to control it. That's like an open, relaxed, non-resistant state. And it's in that energetic state where things will fall into place for you. You want to think of it as like tension holds your current reality in place. So that's why so many people, when they just let go, if you're someone who can just let go without getting into the mindset stuff, if you can just be happy and be present and just relax, you're gonna find that, and stop trying and striving and stop worrying and stressing. You're gonna find that magic and miracles unfold for you just on their own without you even needing to intend. Yeah? But you can also intend. For a lot of people, that's a big leap. A lot of people don't surrender until they hit like rock bottom, until they really get themselves in a jam, right? Until they're like up against a wall, And I always encourage people, like, don't wait until then. Like, you don't have to wait. You can start now. And you can do that by just introducing these new thoughts and beliefs to your brain. Practicing in your body, being soft and open and relaxed instead of tense and tight. These two things combined together are like so powerful. So that's why I teach mindset, mostly affirming, right? Because you're thinking thoughts all day, every day. Your thoughts are affirmations. And then your energetic state, like your emotional regulation, right? Like regulating your nervous system, not spiraling, these kinds of things. Staying calm. Because that together, just, it's amazing. It is. But you can get there through just one or the other. But both, it's ideal. So I think I said this earlier, but one of my favorite ways to use affirmation tracks and subliminals is to get in a meditative state. Now, if I'm feeling like I want to sit up and meditate, like for sure I do it. But most of the time I love to just like, after I've done a few things during the day, or I feel a little tired, or I feel like maybe I'm starting to overthink something. I'm like, oh, I just want to clear my energy. I just want to have a reset. I'll lay down flat on the bed. I don't even like to use a pillow because I just like, it's kind of like how people like to be sitting up straight for their spine to be straight for meditating. By all means, do it however you want. There's like no right or wrong way to do this. I'm just sharing with you how I personally like to do it. So I'll lay down totally flat on the bed. I'll like get a blanket because usually I get kind of cold, and I'll put in headphones and I'll just listen to like an affirmation or subliminal track, and I just relax, let myself doze off for a little bit. Like it's usually anywhere from like 20 minutes to sometimes an hour. I don't set an alarm because like I make my own schedule, but you know, do whatever you need to do. And I wake up and I feel so relaxed. If I had any tension that had started to build up in my body, it's gone. Like I feel like I had a massage, like it's amazing. And those beliefs get in there, you know, like the more consistent you are with your new beliefs, with your new story, the more they're going to take over and just start running on autopilot. Hang on, sorry, I'm going to read through these. I'm beautiful and you like my earrings. Thank you. I appreciate that. Trying to match your frequencies. So I hear a lot of people say match the frequency of what you want. And I think that's true, but I think there's a lot of confusion around what that means. So the way I understand it, just to break this down for people, is going to your end state. So if you already were in the relationship, for example, how would you feel? You'd feel happy. You'd feel loved. You'd be like, what kinds of things would you be saying to yourself? You'd be like, oh my God, I have the best partner. Every time they text you, you'd be like, oh my gosh, they're always texting me. They're always calling me. They're always thinking about me. They love me. If you're a woman and you're wanting to manifest marriage, you'd look down at your ring and be like, oh my God, like, can you believe it? Like, I'm engaged. I'm marrying the love of my life. I'm so happy. You wouldn't be like freaking out about stuff. Like, you know, you'd just be in this calm, relaxed space and you'd be going about your day like a normal freaking person doing normal things. But then there'd also be things that you'd be doing with your person because, hello, they're your person. You're in the relationship, you know? So, you know, you can just kind of be like, I got it in the bag. It's like once you have it, you're not trying for it. You're just enjoying it. And there's a bit of like normalcy to it in the sense of like, it's just who you are now. Like it's just normal for you. It's kind of knocked off the pedestal. It's not as exciting. Like it's exciting, but not in the way of like, ooh, is it going to happen? It's more like, ooh, this is mine and it's great and I love it and it's growing every day. Does that make sense? I like to compare it to like when you get like a new car or you make a new purchase. It's like super exciting at first and then the excitement kind of wears off and it just becomes part of your life. Like it's kind of like that's your standard now. So like I've experienced this with like vehicles, with apartments. Like, you know, every time I upgrade, it's exciting at first and then all of a sudden it's like it's normal and natural. So it's like each year or so I incrementally increase.